Good morning, explorers. I hope you're saying, "Good morning, Mrs. Graves." Now, this is Pumpkin Week. We're going to make pumpkins for the next couple projects. And I love pumpkins. We're starting to see pumpkins everywhere. I just decorated my porch with a couple pumpkins. Pumpkins can be lots of colors, so they make awesome art projects. Now you can see behind me, we have some really cool pumpkins. We're going to learn a couple different ways to draw a pumpkin. Now if you look up here, I call this the vertical rib pumpkin, and I'll show you how to make that one today. And then this one is the hot dog double bun style. And you might remember that from kindergarten. We made them like that in kindergarten last year. And look at the kiddos here are being very creative with their pumpkins. Now, what you need today from your packet, this should still be in the front. We haven't talked about this paper yet, but this is an art assessment. So it's kind of like if we were grading ourselves. That's what this paper's for. And we'll talk about that when we're done with our project. But you will need this also. And you will need one of your 9x12 white papers. It's a little heavier, okay? Now, if you didn't turn in the Art to Remember project yet, make sure you bring it to me by August 6th. August 6th, okay? Because I have to send those in. Now, we're going to talk about our vocab words for just a minute. I'll bring them a little closer so you can see them. The first one is color. Color. Now, pumpkins can be lots of different colors. I just told you that. I saw blue pumpkins this weekend, green, white, orange, kind of a reddish color. It's kind of a reddish pink. It's called a princess pumpkin. There's peanut pumpkins. Yeah, they're kind of an orangey, light orange pink color. And then they have those things that grow on them, and they do look like peanuts. I'm like, huh, they look just like peanuts are stuck all over the pumpkin. And there's also warty pumpkins. That's what we made here today with a couple of the classes. So look, we added warts. It just makes it kind of fun. So color. Pumpkins can be lots of different colors. See how many different colored pumpkins you can find this fall. Oh, sphere. Sphere is the shape of the pumpkin. Now make sure you watch the video that I sent also in the slide. It's step 1. And it's like click here, and you click on there, you watch the life cycle of a pumpkin, and they call the pumpkin round, like a ball. That's also a sphere. The art term is sphere. It is a form. It's a type of a form. It's a sphere, like a ball. And texture. We talked about the texture. Those are the ribs on the pumpkin that give the pumpkin its unique shape. It's all the lines around the pumpkin that make it bumpy feeling. That's our next word, texture, bumpy, okay? And emphasis. We are emphasizing the pumpkin today. So we're going to make the pumpkin so big, it's going to fill up the whole paper. That is called emphasis. We're not going to draw a background or clouds or a sun or anything. We're just going to emphasize the pumpkin today. That's our main focus. We're going to use curved lines. That's how we draw the ribs of the pumpkin. And a vertical line. That's how we're going to start our pumpkin, with a vertical rib line. Okay? So I'm going to put my vocab words back up here. I showed you some of these awesome pumpkins behind me. Now, I will be back in just a couple minutes. And we are going to get started. Remember, your white paper. It's nice if you set up for this with a few different supplies, okay? So I'm going to use my crayons. Get your crayons. Your watercolor palette. Yeah, we get to watercolor today. Your brush. And just a little bit of water. You won't need a lot. And I like to set up my space before I get started. And I can show you how I did this. There. Okay, everything's set up nice and neat on a towel, ready to go. All right, boys and girls, get yourself all set up. You can pause me. Otherwise, I'll be back in a minute. See you soon. Hi, boys and girls. I'm back. Now, I'm going to try to talk louder. I know a few of you have mentioned that my videos are quiet, but I do have everything turned up all the way, so I'm trying. Now, with our pumpkins, today you can make lots of creative choices. Your paper can be vertical or horizontal. It's totally your choice today, your creative choice. And it's also your creative choice what color you would like to draw your pumpkin with. Now, you probably have a pack of 24 crayons maybe. You can choose any color you want today. Totally your choice. So fun to have freedom of choice. Now, this is how we're going to start. I'm going to choose blue. We're going to set your hand at the top of the page and then make a dot. We want room for the stem. And then come straight down, make a dot at the bottom, and you are going to connect your dots. This is your vertical line. That was one of our vocabulary words. And remember, another vocab word was emphasis. We are emphasizing the pumpkin, so nice and big. Our first line is going to be another vocab word, curved line. You are going to start with a curved line on each side, not too wide. And every line for this type of pumpkin, you're going to start at the top dot and end at the bottom dot, even as we get wider. Our next rib line, these are the ribs of the pumpkin, start at the top dot, come around, end at the bottom dot. Then the other side. Start at the top dot, end at the bottom dot. Now, one more nice big curved line. Oh, I have a little dent in my, that's okay. Remember, pumpkins are from nature. Now, we need a stem. We want our stem to be pretty wide. Pumpkin stems are really thick, remember, because pumpkins need a lot of water to grow. You can give your pumpkin a wavy line stem or just a curved line stem. It's totally up to you. Now, I like to make a little bump and then a curved line. And then over here, I'm going to make a little bump. And I'm going to follow that line around. And sometimes I like to make a little square on the end of my stem. You can add a little spiral line on the inside. And then I'm going to make a line down like that. That just shows like three-dimensional how thick the stem is. And you can make little dots to show the texture. You know, pumpkin stems are very scratchy feeling. They have a lot of texture. Now, I'm good right now with my pumpkin, unless you want to add a couple warts. Now, it's just kind of fun to make a warty pumpkin? I don't know why. It just is. So go ahead and add some warts to your pumpkin if you want to. I love that. Now you get to watercolor. Now you can watercolor your pumpkin any color you want. Maybe you want a green pumpkin or an orange pumpkin. Boys and girls, I don't mind. Remember all those pumpkins behind me? There were so many different colors of pumpkin. Maybe you want to make a warm colored pumpkin. I might do that. So I'm going to use yellow. And remember, if you add less water and more paint, your color is darker. If you add more water and less paint, your color is lighter. So if I make a warm colored pumpkin, I'm going to use yellow, orange, and can you guys guess? If you said red, you're right. Those are our warm colors. Yellow, orange, and red. And make sure you're holding your paintbrush like a pencil. That's how we get the most control. A lot of kids like to hold their paintbrush way up at the top, but you actually hold it like a pencil. Okay, you can get some water, dab, dab, dab. All right. Now, what was that third color? That third warm color? Oh, yeah, it was red. Ooh, this is such a creative pumpkin. Remember, maybe you want to use cool colors to color your pumpkin. And what would the cool colors be? Can you remember? If you said green, blue, and purple, you're right. This technique we're using is also called wax resist. You can see that the water is not covering up the crayon because the crayon is made of wax. All right. Now, I think I want my stem. I think I want my stem to be blue. So I can make a blue stem. Because remember, I can do whatever I want today. I can use whatever color I want for my pumpkin. It's my creative choice. Oh my goodness, those warts. Those warts are awesome. I'm going to put a lot of paint on the tip of my brush. And look at, I'm going to make my warts blue too. Oh, they're so cute. My little warty pumpkin. Ah, I love him. All right, boys and girls. There is my awesome little pumpkin. Look at, I used warm colors. We used wax resist. We talked about color, sphere, texture, emphasis, curved lines, and vertical lines. And one more thing you can look up. There's an artist called Yayoi Kusama. And she loves pumpkin art and adding patterns to pumpkins. So she would be a fun artist for you to look at while you're making your project. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this, boys and girls. We will make another pumpkin in the next video. And don't forget to submit and upload your project on Art Sonia so I can see it. Thank you, boys and girls. See you next time.